it's Casey, also known as Kayceeedilla on Twitch. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are filming a highly requested YouTube video. We are filming a Q&A, and we are answering you guys' most asked questions that I get when I am live streaming. We'll start with like the most basic questions and then get juicier with the questions as the video goes on. So without further ado, let's get into your guys' questions. Okay. So a little bit about myself. My name is Casey. I am 24 years old, and I was born and raised in San Diego, California. One of the questions that I get pretty much every single time I stream, it's like one of my most asked questions, is what is your ethnicity? And I am 100% a full-blooded Filipino. Both of my parents are from Cebu, but they met here in the States. I'm first generation. No, I do not speak Tagalog, but I do understand a little bit of my parents' native tongue, which is Bisaya. A fun fact though, Bisaya was actually my first language, and I lost it after I went to preschool. None of my peers or my teachers understood what I was saying, and my teachers had told my parents to speak English at home, and I ended up losing the language over the years, which is really sad. Another question I get asked a lot is, what do I do for a living? You know, what is my day job? And to answer that question, I am active duty military. I'm in the Navy. I am an IT, and I have been in for about 5 years. People kind of tend to ask, what is it that I do in the military? What is it that I do in the Navy? So I'm an IT, which is an information systems technician. I am a second class, so an E5. And ITs are basically geek squad, I guess, of the Navy. We work on a multitude of things, from computers to servers to radio equipment and everything in between, basically. So yeah, I've been doing that for about 5 years. People tend to ask, where has the Navy taken me? Where have I traveled to? I was fortunate enough to go on 2 Western Pacific deployments, meaning I have been able to see a lot of Southeast Asia. I'm very grateful for that. I was previously stationed on an aircraft carrier. I was on the USS Carl Vinson, and the Carl Vinson has taken me to places such as Korea, Vietnam, the Philippines, Singapore, Guam, and I love traveling. That's like the best thing about the military, is being able to see and live and be able to experience a bunch of different cultures and appreciate them for what they are. Some more super common questions that I get while I'm live streaming is, 1, how long have I been streaming on Twitch? I have been streaming on Twitch for about a year now, but I have been streaming more consistently on Twitch for about 6 to 8 months now, I think. People always ask, what got you into streaming? How did you get into Twitch? Like what is your villain origin story? So basically, I made my Twitch account back in, I think, October-ish of 2019. And the reason why I made my Twitch account was to save the VODs of me and my siblings playing Fortnite together. But let me explain. Let me explain, okay? So at the time, me and my siblings were all living all over the world, and we're really close, which was, you know, the unfortunate part. So I was living in Washington State, my brother was overseas in Yokosuka, Japan, and my little sister was living in California. And the way that we would spend time together and bond together was playing Fortnite, and we loved playing together and then going back and watching the VODs and laughing together again, because obviously we couldn't play together all the time, so watching the VODs was one way to kind of re-experience the fun again together. And then, I don't know, from then, I kind of picked up Apex Legends from a friend. A friend of mine recommended Apex Legends to me, and I, you know, FPSs were not my thing at the time, but I realized it was really fun playing with friends, so I did, and then I started streaming Apex Legends, and the rest is history. Kind of adding on to that, when I first started streaming, I actually streamed straight from my PS4, and I would stream Apex Legends and both Apex Legends and Fortnite straight from my PS4. And I did that for months. I think I did that for 4 or 5 months before I actually built a PC and started getting into streaming and taking it a little bit more seriously. And then again, the rest is history. Another common question, what games do I play on stream? Typically, I play Apex Legends. That is the main game that I'm playing right now. Every now and then I play Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War. Cold War is really fun. I've actually streamed a variety of games during my time that I've been on Twitch. I've streamed games like Super Smash. I've streamed games like Roblox. I actually stream Roblox. I streamed Fortnite. I've streamed Warzone. I've streamed a lot of different things, and I'm open to playing a variety of games. Okay, so now let's get into some more specific questions asked by our viewers and our community. So first question is, First gaming console ever owned. I think our first gaming console we ever owned was the N64, I believe. I think that's when we first started playing Super Smash. And then from there, I think we got a PlayStation. We've owned every single PlayStation since the first one. And the only other Xbox, or the only Xbox I've ever owned was the Xbox 360, I think. We've had pretty much every Nintendo console as well. I've had the Game Boy Color and the Nintendo DS, the 3DS, the Wii. I have a Switch. Consoles. I love consoles, gaming in general. Another common question that I get is, how do I balance doing a full-time job and streaming all at the same time? And the short answer is, it's not easy. I just do it. So I think what really keeps me grounded in terms of finding balance in streaming and working full-time is setting a schedule. I have a set schedule for streaming. Obviously, I have my set work schedule that is set in stone, and then I kind of just base my streaming schedule off of that and kind of just hold myself to it. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of resilience to maintain the stream schedule that I have now, on top of working full-time, on top of having a stream schedule, honestly. Instead, I know this is probably really unhealthy, but instead of getting a full 8 hours of sleep in between streaming in the evening and going to work in the morning, I will sleep about 4 hours and then come back from work and then sleep another 4 hours and then stream. So I kind of split up my sleep schedule to keep up with the craziness of my work schedule and streaming. And it's something I'm working on, but it's what works right now for me. So, you know. Here's another good question. What made you decide to be a streamer? I realized that I wanted to be a streamer after I started building a community on Twitch. It started with playing with a couple friends, meeting new people, playing with people I've never played with before, and them introducing me to different play styles and just having a good time in general, building friendships. And then I started doing that on a larger scale, and I've come to realize that community is the #1 thing that is important to streaming on Twitch. And that's what decided to make me stick to it and initially start streaming in the first place. So someone asked, what is the #1 important thing about streaming to you? And to answer that question, my most important thing about streaming is, like I said, the community. I wouldn't be anything without my community. And I'm so grateful to have such a supportive base to help us continue to grow on this platform, because it's not easy and the community makes it possible every single day. What is the most interesting place you've ever traveled to? I think the most interesting place I have ever traveled to was probably Singapore. Singapore is amazing. That was probably my favorite foreign port to have traveled to in my time in the military. So when I visited Singapore, it was during kind of the off tourist season. So we visited this place called Sentosa Island, and it's basically tourist central, where you can go to a bunch of different theme parks. There's so many things to do, lots of places to eat and stay. And we went to the Universal Studios, and there was no lines. It was amazing. And it's like 10 times bigger than the Universal Studios here in the States. It is insane. Ooh, here's a really good question. Somebody asked, what are some of the hardest things a streamer has to deal with that the viewers don't know about? There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and literal tears that happen all the time. The little things tend to stress me out, and that's something that I'm working on. So as we accumulate viewership and start growing a little bit on Twitch, obviously you're not going to be able to please everyone, and it's not easy for some people to just pick up and leave. Some people just have a lot to say about something, even though it has nothing to do with them. Wait, I feel like I'm getting too specific, but I'm not targeting anyone, I promise. Some of the hardest things that streamers have to deal with is hate, and it sucks, but it's part of the growth, it's part of the journey, as unfortunate as it is. It's impossible to please everybody, so not everybody has the nicest things to say about you. And it's just something that you can't take to heart, and I try not to. Especially me being in the military, I've heard it all. There's nothing someone in my Twitch chat could say that will phase me. I've heard it all. All right, I've heard it all. Something I want to touch on that as well is being a female in the Twitch streaming gaming community. You know, it's really hard. It's tough. We have it a little bit harder. In terms of gaming at the moment is a misogynist platform, and that's something we have to battle every single day, and it's gotten a lot better, but it is one of the struggles that streamers have to deal with, you know? Ooh, okay, someone asked, what's the longest you've been at sea before coming back to land? So I think the longest time I've gone underway without seeing land was close to 60 days. That's almost 2 months of no land, which doesn't sound, I don't know if that sounds bad. I don't think it sounds that bad, but when you're enduring it, it's pretty bad. This was during my first deployment, and we ended up getting extended. We had started going from Korea to Australia, and we were supposed to go to Australia. That didn't happen. There were tensions going on in the Korean waters, so they sent our ship back up to Korea, and that whole underway time was a total of like over 2 months, which was painful. Yeah, good times. We ended up not even going to Australia. Like, why? Ooh, here's like a cheesy one. Here's a corny one, but I really want to touch on this too. What are you most thankful for about your Twitch community? And that I am super thankful for you guys changing my life. Aww. I never thought when I first started streaming straight from my PS4 that I would be streaming to an audience like this. So someone asked, what is your favorite anime? And then proceeded to ask, and why is it Curious George? What y'all got against Curious George? Why does it sound, why can't I say George with a B? Borge. Oh my God. And why is it Curious Borge? Okay, on a serious note, Curious George fucking slaps, okay? And on a more serious note, Demon Slayer. Ignore the Jujutsu Kaisen sweatshirt. I love Jujutsu Kaisen too, though, don't get me wrong, but I love Demon Slayer. It was really, really good. The movie had me in tears. Had me in literal tears in the movie theater. It was great. 10,000 out of 10. 10,069 out of 10 would recommend. Highest esteemed recommendation. What is your favorite go-to snack when you got the late night munchies? Okay, usually when I get the late night, usually when I get the late night munchies, I'm streaming. And I try not to eat like crunchy foods when I'm streaming because I feel like it bothers the hell out of everybody watching. It bothers the hell out of the viewers. Like, I would get irritated if I was on that Discord call with somebody eating fucking chips, you know? So I like those trolley like gummy worms. Those are super good. And sour gummy bears, the Haribo ones are really, really good. I love sweet tart ropes. Those are fucking heat. I also love peach rings. Those are a classic. I've come to love those. Those are amazing. What else? I'm trying to think of other snacks. I think that's pretty much it. I love chocolate though. I love eating candy in general, but those are the ones that I typically eat on stream, or if I have like the munchies. Okay, here's a really, really good one. What keeps you motivated to balance a full-time job, streaming, and maintaining your relationship with your friends and family? No motivation, just vibes. Wait, no. Honestly, staying motivated is really hard. But what keeps that motivation going is that the potential to make this a career is there. And I keep that in my head every single day. If I keep pushing, if I keep grinding for this, it might be an achievable thing one day. All right, somebody asked, what do you plan to do after the Navy? And realistically, I would like to take the skills that I've learned in the Navy. Like I said, I'm geek squad of the military. I kind of work specifically at the moment in cybersecurity, and I'd like to take all of that work experience and job experience and whatnot and translate that into the civilian world. And that would be my backup plan if streaming doesn't work out. Ooh, okay, here's another one. What is your pre-stream routine? So typically before I stream, I'm getting off work, you know, after my 9 to 5. Well, it's not really 9 to 5. It's like 8 to 4, but still. I get off work and then I take a nap until about 7, and then I make some coffee, or I DoorDash some coffee, and I DoorDash dinner, and then I eat half of the DoorDash dinner, down all my coffee, No, that's a lie. I think I end up drinking my coffee on stream. I do my makeup. I tell myself my daily affirmations in the mirror while I'm doing my makeup, and then we're live, and that's it. Boom, pre-stream routine, easy. Ooh, here's a really good question. What is your parents' take on streaming? So obviously being first generation of immigrant parents is really tough, and their take on being successful isn't streaming, you know, isn't video games. If anything, video games is the opposite of what they want you to do. But luckily my parents are pretty supportive of what I do. They see that I'm pretty good at it and that it makes me happy and that I made a lot of friends and memories, and there's a lot of positive things that have come out of streaming, and my parents see that. But I think realistically they'd want me to, you know, work a successful desk job, and that's just something I don't want to do. But as I'm growing my channel and my community and my experience on Twitch, my parents obviously see that, and they watch my streams sometimes, and they tell all their friends that I stream on Twitch, and they're super excited about it. And you know, seeing them excited about it makes me excited about it, and I feel like I'm making them proud. Ooh, another question I get asked on stream a lot is what kind of music do I listen to? And I love things from like R&B, like I love some of my favorite artists are Daniel Caesar, SZA, her. But then I also listen to a lot of anime intros, especially when I'm working out. I feel like that shit just like gasses me up, you know? I listen to a lot of music. But I get that question a lot more often than I should. Okay, so favorite movies. That's another question I get asked pretty often. And it's a little hard to narrow it down to one movie. So I have like categories, right? So like my favorite like comedy movie is the live action Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers in it. Oh my God, that was a classic ass movie. It was so vulgar, and rewatching it again as an adult made me realize how vulgar it was. And who let me watch that? Who let me watch that when I was a kid? Then I have the Ghibli movie category, and my favorite Ghibli movie is Spirited Away because I relate to Chihiro on a spiritual level. Another question asked by somebody is, who was your #1 supporter when you first started out on Twitch? And that is 100% my brother. So he saw potential in me from the very, very beginning and knew that I was going to succeed in streaming and in whatever it is that I put my mind to. So when he had left for his deployment last year, I was just getting started on PC, actually streaming, taking it a little bit more seriously. And this is about June, July of last year. And I told him when he came back in December that I would have 1,000 Twitch followers. And I think we ended up hitting like 6,000 followers instead. Like we far surpassed his my expectations, and he wasn't even surprised. He's super supportive of everything that I do, and I love him to death. Ooh, here's another question. What do you do after stream? Sleep. I am short on time as it is. I will be wiping my makeup off and going to sleep. Here's another one. What is your favorite part about being a Twitch streamer? My favorite part about being a Twitch streamer is oh my God, so many things. So gaming is kind of my escape from reality. Once I, you know, get off work, I just want to hop on Apex or I just want to game, you know, when I get off work and get my mind off of things that I've been doing throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, whatever. And being able to do that and connect with an audience that you consider family and community is something beyond words could ever describe. We're all going through things, you know, and I love checking up on everybody that comes through and chat and stream, and having that bond between, you know, the streamer and the viewers and the community is my favorite. Ooh, what do you want to accomplish as a Twitch streamer / YouTuber? I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of just winging all of this. We're going to the moon. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to the moon. Ooh, okay, here's like another Navy question. So someone asked, why did you decide to join the Navy? And it's a family affair. My dad is actually still in the Navy as we speak. He's active duty. And his brother, my uncle, retired at like 30 years. He retired pretty recently. And then his son, my cousin, is an officer. He just got commissioned recently. He graduated from the Naval Academy. He's studying to be a pilot. He's a fucking nerd. JP, I know you're watching this. And then my brother's also active duty. He's currently stationed in Yokosuka, Japan. And then you have me. So it's a huge family ordeal. I would put a curse on my family if I didn't join the Navy. Oh, but both me and my brother are enlisted, and we're both the same rate, and we're actually the same rank. Dean actually just picked up E5 pretty recently, so yay, good on him. Oh, and we're both on the same. I'm not anymore, but we were both on the same class of ship. We were both on an aircraft carrier. Ooh, another good one. How do you pick your mods? How do you know you can trust them with doing an important job? Yeah, being a mod is definitely a very, very important job. It is very crucial to any streamer, to any community on Twitch. So I picked my mods by challenging them to carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain. And if they can't do that, then it's a no-go. It's a no for me. Fuck, I don't know if anyone's gonna get that Holes reference. I'm tired of this grandpa. Oh, that's too damn bad. Somebody asked, who was the least supportive person in your Twitch/gaming career? And if so, are they supportive now? I'm gonna be cliche with this statement, and I'm gonna say my least supportive person when I first started streaming was myself. When I started streaming, I didn't anticipate any of this kind of growth that I see today in front of me. And I doubted myself at points where I questioned whether or not I was entertaining enough or funny enough or good enough at the game to be putting my content out there. And I kind of just shut all of those thoughts out and just went for it. And here we are. Shutting out your self-doubt gets you far, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's Q&A. I had a blast filming today's YouTube video, and I would love to do another one of these videos in the future. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see another Q&A later on. I would love to do that and answer more of you guys' questions. Also, make sure to subscribe to the Kayceeedilla YouTube channel if you haven't already, and make sure you follow me on all my platforms, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, so you don't miss out on anything. And until then, I will see you guys in the next YouTube video, okay? Bye!
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything.